My name is Patrick and this is CodeXpert channel. In the last video I showed you how we can quickly set up a fresh instance of Magento 2 using Warden. Now I can show you how you can customize your environment in Warden. The first way to do it is to change the configuration file, the file called .env, which you already know. So in this file, as you already know, there are some predefined variables like versions of different services, or also flags like enable, disable some different services like Elasticsearch or OpenSearch. But this can be not enough for some cases. What if you want to extend or change the configuration of PHP FPM or NGINX? There is no way to do it in this file, so we need additional options to do it. And that's why in Docker, in Warden documentation, there is additional section, Docker specific customization. So in order to do something, we need to first create a new file called .warden env YAML. So let's create it. And let's just copy the content of this file. So we will just extend the PHP FPM container or image, the container. So what we want to do, we want to copy our local configuration that will be defined in this path, and we will copy it to the zconfig ini. So basically what we want to merge those configurations. So let's just create this path PHP, and let's just put some configuration that I've already prepared. Also in the meantime, like something additional, we'll also extend NGINX. So let's just copy this and paste it under here. We will need to create additional file, and we'll also paste some configuration. So this is just an increase of client max body size. So now how we can check if this actually works. So let's just maybe comment it for a second. I will show you first the Warden env config command. So okay, let's remove this file for a second and let's run it. Okay, so this command creates, or maybe let's use another word, transform the Warden configuration into the Docker Compose format. So what we have here is a Docker Compose file that was created by Warden. In here we can see our containers that we will run later. So for example, NGINX, OpenSearch, PHP debug, PHP FPM. So if we, for example, now let's try searching zz config, you see there is nothing like that. So let's just restore that file and comment the file and run this command again. We can use grep zconfig, and you see that now the zconfig is found. Let's try to see where it is. Yeah, so here PHP FPM configuration, and there is volumes, and here is source and target. So what has been done here is, so the Warden configuration was merged with our configuration. So this way we can actually define like some additional containers that we want to run. So for example, if we want to use phpMyAdmin or maybe Kibana, so for example for OpenSearch there is OpenSearch dashboard.kibana, but you get my point. So you can just defining something in this file Warden env YAML. This will be merged into the Warden configuration. So we can just extend or overwrite even the configuration of Warden. This being said, let's add additional image into our configuration. So let's get back to the PHP store and just paste the content here. So we will create additional container that will be named Coding Standards, and we define image for that container. So image is CodeExpect Magento Coding Standards PHP version PHP 8. Also there is a version for PHP 7. So this image is created by me. You can freely use it, and that's all what we need. In the next video I will show you how you can configure PHP Storm to use these coding standards, and how we can extend some rules, but this will be later. For now, let's just run again Warden env config and see if this was added to our configuration. Yeah, it was named Coding Standards. Yeah, and here you can see that actually it is in the Docker Compose file. So let's just run docker env app. Yeah, sorry, Warden env app. So normally I already use Magento Coding Standard, so for me it's like instant, but for you probably you'll need to wait until it's downloaded. But yeah, Magento Coding Standards are run, and later I will show you how to configure it. I will also show you how you can create a more difficult image configuration. So for example, I will show you how to configure phpMyAdmin, how to use environment variables, and also how you can register your service in traffic, so you can actually go to your browser and see the interface. Yeah, so let's back to the configuration. We will copy one by one some configuration that I have prepared. So first, the name of the container, phpMyAdmin. What is the image? Docker.io. So this is like the phpMyAdmin Docker image. Now, what we need to do? We need to define environment variables. So let's just copy that. Reformat this. Yeah. So those environment variables comes from the image. So we need to define host, which is DB for our case, user, password, and also the URI. What can be interested is this traffic domain. So in this file, we can use some additional variables that are defined in the .env file. So as you can see, traffic domain is exactly the variable that is here. So what we want to have? We want to have phpMyAdmin .magento.test available in our browser. But this will be not enough, because we also need to register this phpMyAdmin container into the traffic. So we need to add additional section here, which will be labels, and this is basically what we need. So we enable TLS, we enable traffic, and we enable also we register another route into the traffic. So we define Warden env name. We can see what is it. It's Magento. And then what is the host? So the host will be phpMyAdmin traffic domain, which is again magento.test. Let's just again create a config. Yep, phpMyAdmin. Yeah, you can see that the whole configuration was just merged into the Warden configuration. That's pretty awesome. Now we can just run Warden env app. You can see that additional container was created. We can go to browser and go to traffic Warden test. So this is a dashboard for traffic. Let's go there and go to services. And yeah, you can see that phpMyAdmin was registered in here. And let's just go to phpMyAdmin Magento.test. Again, something on my computer with test certificates. Let's wait a couple of seconds, and yep, here we are. phpMyAdmin is working. So actually, I don't use phpMyAdmin for database management. I use a tool called Table Plus, which I really recommend. It's like one of the best tools that I've been using for accessing databases. So I can really recommend it. So in the next video, I will show you how you can configure PHP Storm, how we can configure coding standards in PHP Storm, how we can configure Table Plus, and also some other tips for Magento 2 development. So yeah, see you in the next video.